hey, I wanted to jump on and show you what I buy from the grocery store and how I use the food every day to keep myself at PFC balanced. Now, I know we're busy, we're all busy, and so it becomes hard to, do meal planning and meal prepping and things like that. So you need these like quick, easy, fast meals, and that is what I'm all about. I wish I liked to cook. I wish I loved to look up recipes, but to be honest, it just takes too much time for me. So I am all about like partially prepared meals that are ready to go, kind of heat and go. But I also like to be healthy and clean with my food, so that's what I look for in my food finds. So I have separated this into 3 sections to go through with you. I've got my Costco food, I've got my mail order food, and then I've got my like grocery store Hy-Vee type food. So we'll just kind of get right into it and go through it and see how what you can learn from it. So one of my Hy-Vee food or Costco finds that I love is this black pepper herbed chicken breast strip. These are already cooked and ready to go. They are already seasoned for you, and they're just your protein. There's a little bit of fat, but not a ton. So I add in my vegetables, and this is just a vegetable blend. There are no flavoring packets with it, so it's just your veggies, but stir fry it all together, and then add your favorite like stir fry sauce. And so there's so few carbs in this that if you want to add like a sauce that has a little bit of sweetness to it, like a honey, ginger, soy sauce blend, something like that, that would be really delicious, and you have the room to do that. Or if you want to add more of a soy sauce type flavoring packet that doesn't have very much sugar added in, then add your rice. Or use a cauliflower rice as well, like lots of options there to get it, perfectly balanced. So another good option there is their salmon. These are perfect little packaged fillets that, I just put in my air fryer, and I love the salmon in an air fryer because it keeps it nice and like kind of crisp on the outside, but the inside is very flaky and juicy, and I just love that. So, but you can also do it in the oven, you can do it on your grill. But salmon, that is your omega-3 fats as well. So if you can work salmon into your week, once or twice a week, you would be fulfilling your omega fat needs. If not, then you should look into a good quality supplement because much of America is deficient in their omega-3 fats, and you need those. So get your salmon or another fatty fish, or find a good supplement that you like. So also Costco has these awesome like crusted tilapia fillets that are already cooked and crusted frozen. I put these in my air fryer as well, and then once they kind of thaw out in the air fryer, I will put them in a pan, chop it up really good, like for fish tacos. And then I've got a what happened to it? Well, here's an option. So this is a like cabbage slaw mix. So then I will put this with the tilapia tacos and cook all that up together. And then you can add your tortilla to it, or like I like to use crackers for it. So that's one way to do it. Or I do like corn tortillas because I don't do gluten. And so that's what, I haven't found a flour tortilla that I love that's gluten-free. So that's an option. There's also like I can't seem to find it all of a sudden, but it is, oh, here it is. So shredded white cabbage carrots. So this is in the frozen food section of most grocery stores, and this is another great blend to put with your fish tacos. And it's just your veggies. So, and veggies are so low in carbs anyway, so you always have room for a tortilla on that. So either way. Also, we love scallops in our house. My son loves them as well. Get super excited when we cook them. These are a great protein. They don't have hardly any fat or any carbs. So I'll cook this up in like some olive oil or coconut oil, and then just add like a sweet potato to it, or a regular potato, and then a side of veggies, and that's a perfectly easy meal. Bonus, these bagged salads, they have the dressing in there if you like that. Otherwise, I have a favorite dressing. It's these Bolthouse Classic Ranch, and they come in multiple flavors. There's like a salsa ranch. These hardly have any fat or carbs in them. So 2 tablespoons is only like 45 calories. So I'll use this on like my fish tacos or on my dressing or my salads, things like that. because then I can still have a little bit of room to add fats that I love, which are like my avocados. So I eat a lot of avocados. I'll put these in my protein shakes for some really good healthy fat. I also love to put them on my salad or make like a chicken salad mix with avocado. So this would be your fat in your PFC. The other thing that I love from Costco is these like lemon chicken piccata with cauliflower rice. So they come in these little prepackaged containers. This is your rice, this is your chicken. Together, this is 2 servings. So if you're trying to do meal prep for your lunches, if you buy a box of this, you have 4 lunches. Or if you want this as a dinner for your family, this will serve 4 people. And they're really well balanced with protein, carbs, and fat. And you even have a little bit of room for carbs, so you could also just add more veggies. That would be a great way to bulk it up with some veggies. Or, you know, if you want to add some rice, you would have a little bit of room to do that. Not a full serving, but like a half serving of rice to bulk it up. So that's a really good, easy, simple option. Also, so Greek yogurts. Yogurts are a great grab and go option. You want to be careful if you're not doing a Greek yogurt because there's not a ton of protein in a regular yogurt. There's some from the milk, but it's just not as much. And they add just a ton of sugar to most yogurts. So when you pick one, try to pick a Greek yogurt and try to pick one with like low to no sugar added. Now this one is still personally, I'd rather have sugar added than like artificial sweeteners. So kind of keep that in mind as well. If you're finding something with no sugar, they are sweetening it some way, and those artificial sweeteners can be worse for you than just, you know, regular cane sugar. So these are great because one is 120 calories, but it has 11 carbs and where is the protein? Oh, 12 grams of protein. So super well balanced, 2.5 grams of fat. So a super fast, light grab and go meal, or use this, add some fruit to it to get some extra carbs, and have it with, you can even add some protein powder to it if you want to, or you could add some more plain Greek yogurt to it to bulk it up and give it more protein without adding a ton more carbs. Another option would be just to have it with some eggs on the side and a side of fruit and your yogurt. That would be like a full breakfast meal. So just kind of be looking at your labels on those, okay? Costco also has these great Alaskan salmon burgers, which are just your, again, your omega-3 fats and your protein. I love to do these with, so you have, then add it with a bun and put some, you know, have like a side salad with a lot of greens and a lighter dressing. That's a great meal. Or stir fry some vegetables and have that with it, or sweet potato with it and just eat it without a bun. Or something I've done is I found these at Hy-Vee. These are like little sweet potato slices, and they're just sweet potatoes. So I'll heat these up and then you know, make them like my bun, and I'll put my burger on there. Add a little mayo. Yes, mayo has the fat, and this has the fat, but if you don't add a ton, it's okay. So that's a really good option. Okay, so here's another really good one that I do for lunches. They've got these avocado mashes, and they're just like these little simple packets. So I will take and use half a packet for my lunch. And the reason why I do half a packet, I'll tell you why. You could do a whole packet if you want to. But I mix this, I do something different with it. So I will get my rice cakes or these thin stackers. So I've found these at Whole Foods, and I've not been able to find them at Hy-Vee or at some of the other grocery stores. But these are great, like sandwich or bread substitutes. So 4 crackers would be my carb. And so I would take like 4 of these, or maybe 3 of them, because 4 kind of gets to be too much. Add a layer of avocado. Then I add my turkey slices, my deli slices. So if you do turkey or chicken deli slices, you just want to watch your sodium. I try to find the package with the least amount of sodium, just to kind of keep that down. But so I'll make like little stacker sandwiches, and then I like to add in my veggies. So Hy-Vee, any grocery store really, does these great like pre-washed, ready to go vegetables that are packaged for you. You don't have to cut everything up. You don't have to stress out about it. Yes, it does cost a little bit more money, but convenience does. But you've got some like yummy little peppers, carrots, sugar snap peas, love them, broccoli. And so with my sapper sandwiches, I will have a nice plate of vegetables because I'm trying to increase my vegetable intake. And I will add some hummus to it. So hummus is also your fat, and that's why I only do half a pack of this, which is plenty for me. But if you didn't want to do hummus, do the whole packet, or dip your veggies in your, avocado. So that's another option. But that's kind of how I do it to keep it balanced and to fit my veggies in. So love those. And let's see here. Okay, so these little veggie spinach and egg white frittatas are really good and so simple. They come in these little tiny muffins. I say tiny, but they're really not that tiny. But one of these is only 70 calories, so you could have quite a few of these for your meal, or if you wanted to do a couple of these, sometimes I'll do them when I'm running out the door and I just need to take the edge off. I know I'm coming back to eat soon. Maybe my next meal is, in a couple of hours, but I'm just a little bit hungry. I'll just pop one of these in the microwave or my air fryer, heat it up. They're good, they're easy, they're simple. You can eat them in the car. Or if you're sitting down to have your breakfast and, have it with like a side of fruit and maybe some Greek yogurt. Like that would be a really good kind of combo to beef up the protein and your carbs. Also, Costco does like the huge packs of eggs. So I do buy these even though we don't like scramble up a ton of eggs, but I will make hard-boiled eggs. So, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but you can make hard-boiled eggs in your Instapot if you've got one. It's something called like the 5-5-5 method, and it's like 5 minutes that it cooks, 5 minutes that it cools down, and then 5 minutes that it's in an ice bath. So then you can pop those in the fridge and you've got quick, easy, fast, grab and go protein and fat options. So speaking of which, I did make mine, and I thought while I was doing all this, I would do a little bit of meal prep as well. So I'm just gonna put some cold water on those. And another great thing that you can do with your hard-boiled eggs is just make like egg salad, and then use like some crackers. Like find yourself a nice, yummy gluten-free cracker. I love these Crunch Master. They're gluten-free, and they are delicious. And so I will I'll take some egg whites, maybe one whole egg, 3 egg whites, cut it up really good together. I'll even add sometimes a little bit of chicken if I feel like I need it to bulk it up. And then I'll add some avocado and maybe even like some broccoli, some like super fine chopped up broccoli, so it's not like big chunks of it. And I make like a egg salad mix that I can then dip with my crackers. It's so good. So I think the best for last. Oh, one other thing about Costco. So in the section where, I don't have it, but they're in kind of their middle section where it's right past their meat, but it's not in the frozen part. There are a ton of like ready to go protein options. So there's like a grass-fed beef sirloin that is got its own juices. It's already cooked. You just got to heat it up, slice it. That's delicious. I've had that before. And they just have so many options. So just spend a little time in that area and look at your labels, okay? But I did save the best for last on my Costco finds. So this is my preferred chicken breast these days, and I absolutely love them. They're grilled chicken strips, and it's just chicken. It doesn't have any seasoning to it, but they are like charcoal broiled, so they've got like that kind of grilled taste. It's so good, and I honestly crave chicken breast. I know that sounds strange because not a lot of people say that, but so every morning for breakfast is a weird breakfast, but if you're lucky enough to live in Omaha, there's Holly's Healthy Holes, and these are protein donuts, and they're very clean. They're gluten-free, and they don't have like a ton of added sugar. I think she uses stevia and applesauce for her sweetener, and so so I'll have my donut in the morning and I'll add chicken breast on the side. And the reason why I do that is the donuts only have about 10 grams of protein, but they've got all the carbs and fat that you need. So you need like a little lean protein with it. So if you don't love chicken breast like I do, you could have some egg whites on the side, or maybe just some Greek yogurt, some plain Greek yogurt. So anyway, but I do every morning for breakfast have chicken breast with my protein donut. It's my pastry fix. And then I don't feel like I really need a lot of other sweetened stuff throughout the day because I kind of get that. Okay, so moving on to like my mail order stuff. So my preferred protein bars are the Aloha bars. They come in multiple flavors. I love these. They don't have as much protein in them as some other protein bars, but what I love about them is that they are clean. They don't have a ton of extra junk, preservatives and chemicals and things like that added to them that a lot of other protein bars do have. And they're made with real sugar versus the artificial sweeteners. So I try to stay away from those. They do have more carbs than protein, but a lot of times if I'm about to go on a long walk or a run or something that's going to require a lot of activity, you want a little extra carbs anyway, just to give you kind of that energy boost. So I'll eat these, and they are like a dessert as well, since they're nice and delicious to me anyway. I also do these Quest chips, which you can get from the grocery store as well, but I sometimes order these online. These are a protein. So they hardly have any carbs or fat. Well, they have a little bit of fat. So if you're trying to make a meal out of this, I would just add some carbs to it. So you could have like a side of fruit with this, or I don't know what else. I would probably pick fruit, but anyway, and that gives you the crunch. I also will sometimes use this in like my taco bowls as a way to, increase my protein, but get some of that crunch that I like to get from like a tortilla chip. So that's kind of my chip of choice. And I do these smart muffins are a mail order thing. So listen, these are not perfectly balanced as far as a meal goes, but these are a great snack. If you need a little something and you want something sweet, and they're very filling because they do have a lot of fiber in them. And they do have some complete protein. So, it doesn't always have to be perfect. But so if it's at night and you just need a little something sweet, 2 of these is only like 80 calories. So they come in this little package, and there's little small cakes in each package. So 2 together is about 80 calories. So you can heat that up, add a little like dollop of Cool Whip on there if you want to. But that's just like a great kind of hold you over snack. And you can make it into a balanced meal if you want to add like some Greek yogurt. That would be a really good way. Some cottage cheese would be another really good option to add some more protein to it to make it more of a complete meal. They also do the same thing with the smart muffins. These are really good as well. I do a protein shake once or twice a day. Love those. I add my almond milk to them. This also gets you a lot of your calcium needs for the day. So every cup of almond milk has about, I think, 35% of your 30% of your calcium. So if you are drinking a couple of cups of this a day, you almost are getting all of your calcium just from that. I do a lot of like PFC balanced shake recipes that are super delicious, that taste like cake, they taste like chocolate mint, lots of different recipes. So that's a really good meal. Also, so in the afternoon, sometime after I have my lunch, I kind of feel like I need a little something sweet, but I'm not hungry. So I do my fizz sticks with my tea, and that's kind of like my afternoon treat. These are super energy infused. They have lots of B vitamins in them, and they have other nutrients that promote stable blood sugar, and they've got a little bit of caffeine as well, and they're sweet. So I will have like my tea with a fizz stick in the afternoon, and that's like kind of cures my sweet tooth after lunch and gives me that little boost that I might need. So the other food that I get online is this Abby's Better. These are flavor infused almond butters, and sometimes she puts protein in these. These are super delicious, and they are made with like their sweetener that she uses is like a coconut sugar or a cane sugar. or stevia. She doesn't put like added artificial sweeteners or anything like that in it, so I love that. So at night for my last meal, sometimes if I'm gonna have one before bed, I pick my chicken breast because I love it, and I'll do like sliced apples with some almond butter on it, and it's delicious. So that's that. We already talked about these little thin stackers, which are just kind of great sandwich bread substitutes. If you can't find these rice cakes, I would just look at the label and try to find the ones with lower carbs so that you can have more of them, and turn those into your sandwich, your egg salad sandwich, or just your deli sandwiches. Also, I grabbed this milk. I don't drink a lot of cow's milk, but my kids do, and I like this one because it has, it's a 2%, but it also has, it seems to me like it has less sugar. So there's no added sugars to this, which I love. And 1 cup of this all by itself is 120 calories, but it's perfectly balanced. So like if you just were looking for a quick, easy, simple half meal, or you needed something to tie you over for a few hours till you can eat a full meal, a cup of milk is perfect for that and gets you your calcium as well. These cheese sticks are great fat. I do the 2%, and then you could pair this with your deli slices. So you could like wrap up your deli slices on here, eat it like that, and then have like a side of pretzels with it. Or this with some turkey jerky, which doesn't have a ton of fat in it. That with some pretzels would be a really great kind of quick grab and go, super fast option. So let's talk about oatmeal a little bit. Here's a really good oatmeal option. I like these because they're already like portioned perfectly for a better carb portion. So a lot of like oatmeals just have a ton of carbs in it because they're big portion sizes, and oatmeal is just a kind of a denser carb. But it's a good dense carb. It gives you lots of energy and keeps you full. So it's, you don't want to shy away from it. You just want to portion control it. And a lot of those other oatmeals will add a ton of extra sugars to it. This one doesn't have a ton of extra added sugar. It does have an artificial sweetener in here. So I don't eat a lot of this, but if I do oatmeal, this is kind of what I go with. Sometimes I just don't do a lot of oatmeal, period. But they're 18 carbs per serving. So you could do this with, you could add some protein powder to it to help make it a more complete meal. You can do it with a side of eggs. You could do it with some cottage cheese or some Greek yogurt. That gives you some ideas. Also, so I don't know if you've ever heard of Real Good, but that's a brand out there. And what they've done is they've taken the carbs out of a lot of their foods and used a chicken base as their kind of wrap. So these are enchiladas wrapped with chicken, like a chicken and cheese kind of pressed together, made into a tortilla. Then they wrap the meat in it. So you kind of have to watch these because they tend to add a ton of fat. So they take out all the carbs, but they add just a ton of fat, and it makes it not balanced. But this one in itself, 2 enchiladas, so it's a decent sized meal, is only 190 calories, has 10 grams of fat, only 4 carbs, and 20 grams of protein. So you could eat this with, a side of pretzels or some chips or a side of fruit or some veggies, and make that a nice, fast, easy, quick meal. And they're pretty good. My daughter's even had them and she likes them. So tilapia fillets, you can make these into tilapia tacos as well, or just grill them. That's a great protein. There's not a lot of fat, actually, 1.5 grams, hardly any fat, no carbs. So you would want to pair that. You could saute it with some olive oil or coconut oil to get you your fat. Add some veggies, make it like that. That would be really good. So these veggie spirals, lots of grocery stores have these. These are awesome. I love it. And they've come out with more and more vegetables that they have spiralized for you so that you don't have to do it. And I have a spiralizer, and it's a pain in the butt. And so I'm super glad that they have come up with these frozen prepackaged ones because it's just so much easier. I really like the carrot one. They also have a beet. They have a sweet potato one. They have a zucchini one, and these are great like for spaghetti. If you are trying to reduce your carbs, you know, or sometimes what I'll do is I will do like half a serving of spaghetti, because you want that like spaghetti noodle flavor. And then I will bulk it up with this. So I've done that before, or if I'm not in the mood for the spaghetti, but everybody's having spaghetti, then I just do this. But put your meat on there, you know, like your lean turkey or your chicken, or even your hamburger, whatever your preferred meat is, your sauce. And this is just a great like spaghetti. I love that. They also have like the riced veggies. So they've come out now. They used to only do cauliflower. Now they'll do rice sweet potato, rice carrots, rice broccoli. It's just like the sky's the limit. So whatever your preference is, that is a great like just rice substitute. Or again, if you love your rice, have your rice, because like it's a carb, right? We're just still having carbs. It's just if you need the bulk. Or if you want to get your carb from something else, like a tortilla, then turn your rice, instead of having like a Spanish rice, turn it into a veggie rice and then have your tortilla. You know, it's making it work. Also, so I have not found this at Hy-Vee. I have found this at Baker's. They also have at Whole Foods, lots of other grocery stores. But I love the Pacific Foods, and this is a butternut squash soup. But they make other flavors. They make a tomato, a pumpkin, I think. Anyway, these are good because they don't add a ton of sugar. So with a lot of butternut squash soups, you've got to watch the sugar content. Like I think Panera makes a delicious butternut squash soup, but it's like they add so much sugar to it. And I don't know why they do that, because it isn't necessary. But this is delicious. This is a great carb. It only has 18 grams of carb per cup. I will eat this with my salmon. I will eat it with my steak, and then add some veggies on the side. But anyway, I love that. So that's just a really great soup. Okay, so another one of my favorites is quinoa. So Hy-Vee, well, any grocery store probably, but I've seen these at Hy-Vee, has these great pre-packaged quinoa. And yes, it is easy to make quinoa. It is easy to find a recipe to season up your quinoa. But it is even easier to buy it already made. So that's what I do. So this package is already cooked, so you can eat it cold, you can eat it hot and heat it up. I mix it with some chicken and make it a meal. You just want to watch your portion size, because quinoa is a plant-based complete protein, so that's a super awesome bonus. So the protein on here does count towards your P requirement, but there's just a ton of carbs in this. So you just want to watch your portion size. So this package is 1.5 cups. So this entire package is probably like 65 carbs, something like that. So what I do is I will just kind of portion it out into thirds, throw some chicken in there, and make it into 3 meals. And again, you can bulk this up with vegetables. So I will like steam up some of my broccoli, or just have it on the side, or some peas or something like that, and kind of mix it up together. So that's a really good option. And they also have these really awesome veggie bowls, which come with like a quinoa blend, which is super cool. And then they have like these little like flavoring packets that come with it, and you mix it all together. And so one of these I will portion out into 2 servings, and then I go back and add some more chicken, and just some extra like vegetables, or half serving of fruit for carbs. So that's just to kind of mix it up, and it helps me I'm just always trying to get more veggies into my diet, so that helps me do that. And then I think I talked about veggies before, but I love this like hummus. So hummus is a fat, and so I will use this to dip with my like raw veggies to kind of give them a little bit more flavor, especially broccoli. And so whatever meal I'm having, I just kind of offset this fat with whatever fat's in the other meal. So if I'm just having chicken breast, I can have vegetables with some hummus, and that's perfectly fine. But if I'm eating like my avocado thin stackers with some turkey, the avocado has the fat, so I kind of cut that in half and use this with my vegetables. Also, these chicken breast patties. So I don't eat a lot of these, but my kids do, but they are very well balanced. So one patty is 150 calories. It has all of your fat, half your carb, and half your protein. So you could do a couple things with this. You could turn this into a salad. They're just like these crispy breaded patties. You could cut it up and put it in your salad. Or what I've done in the past is take like half a bun and add like some turkey slices and have like kind of a chicken cordon bleu, if you've ever heard of those. But that's just a really great, easy, fast, super simple, because they're cooked, they just need to be heated. And then here is something else that my kids really love. It's these like crispy rice bars, and they're flavored. This is an almond cranberry flavor. And one of these is only 11 carbs, hardly any fat or protein. So you want to pair it with something, but it's a great, super fast, easy, and simple, just kind of grab and go option. And you can put this with maybe your yogurt, or maybe your cottage cheese, or, you know, like I said before, some deli slices, cut up some summer sausage is an option, or some turkey jerky. So many combinations. So I hope this has helped give you some ideas of how you can continue to eat PFC balanced and healthy and do it within the amount of time that you have available.